Good morning. We are live again from the CALCC's Facebook page, the China ASEAN Legal Cooperation Center. Today we have a guest from Laos. Her name is Saithong Rattana. So for those who join us on the Facebook, welcome. As usual, we will wait for a few minutes for our friends and for viewers to join us on this live chat. Today, we're bringing the regional landscape from Laos. Thank you so much for those who just joined us. Today is the 28th of April, 28th of April. And for those who are listening to us in Malaysia, 28th of April has got a significance because we thought this will be our day that, the last day of MCO, but only to find out it's further extended for 2 weeks. So so yes, I think there are more and more people joining us. For those who join us, welcome. Please feel free to share the page, this live, to other pages, to your friends and families, and especially to your lawyer friends who are interested in listening to this live sharing from our friend from Laos. Okay, so we have more and more people joining us. Thank you so much. Yes, I think we'll just wait for another 2 minutes before we officially start this discussion. Hi, Saithong, are you still there? Hi, Saithong.
Yes,
You're there.
I'm here.
Okay. So we'll just wait for a moment before we will go live. We are already on live. We'll just wait for a moment before we start the discussion, yeah?
Yeah, I saw that.
Sure, thank you.
It's nice.
Let's see the page. Okay. We are about 2 minutes plus. We will start about 3 minutes.
Okay.
Saithong, I'm unable to see your video. Could you adjust the camera?
Yeah, I can.
I'm unable to see your video. I'm not able to see your video.
Yeah, I can.
Yes, great. Okay, so we shall start. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today, we are very happy to be able to invite our friend from Laos. Her name is Saithong Rattana. She is a lawyer based in Vientiane, Laos. Today, we'll share the legal perspective, the regional legal perspective from the country. And together with us, our good friend, Kenneth Ang. We've seen him before in the previous session. He's based in Kuala Lumpur. So, Saithong, would you want to say hi to the viewers online and do a self-introduction?
Yeah, sure. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
I'm Saithong Rattana from Laos. I am a lawyer. It's about 3 years ago, and I based on the corporate and commercial department at CALCC and Gibbons. I think that some of you may know that the company that I work at, because we have the office around 6 countries around Southeast Asia. Yes, nice to meet you all.
Nice meeting you. Kenneth, some self-introduction.
Good morning. Good morning. It's very interesting to see our friends from all over the world joining us in this law series that we have. We have so far had lawyers and friends from Singapore, from various part of China. We had Italy. We are going to have many other countries coming soon. Hopefully, Myanmar, Hong Kong, Taiwan. So stick with us. There's going to be quite a few more of this series going on. Thanks to Saithong for joining us this morning. She has graciously accepted our invitation on a very quick notice. It will be very interesting for us to hear from Laos, because I think they are doing quite well in handling this situation. So without further ado, Dr. Teh, please.
Hi, Saitong. Now, I think first of all, we would like to know how is the situation in your country, how's the situation in Laos, and how's the situation in Vientiane? Because as of today, I've just checked, the number of reported cases so far is 19. So it's relatively low. However, I also understand that the country is on the lockdown, even though it's only 19 cases. So yeah, I think could you just run through, how's the situation on the ground in Laos at this moment?
Yes. Hi everyone. So I would like to provide a brief introduction about Laos that to you first, and then I will go
Sure.
to the COVID-19 situation in Laos. After that, I will briefly on the lockdown measure and what is the policy from the government that provide to the business operator and for everyone in Laos.
Sure.
Yes. Laos is the located in Southeast Asia, and we have the five border with five countries such as Cambodia, China, Myanmar, Thailand, and Vietnam. And then we have the population is almost it's about 7 million people, and
Mm-hmm.
we have the 18 province in Laos.
Mm-hmm.
Right now that in now that we are the legal system by civil law, and we have about 151 laws right now is available for everyone to follow and under the law. Yes. So is go with the COVID-19 situation in Laos. As you have said that yes, we have you are get the correct information that we have
Correct
about
information.
19 cases. Yes, it is very nice, and we also the lucky, and we nobody get death from the COVID-19 virus in Laos. And right now that we have 7 cases that this uh, they are the recover and they can go back home already. So it's we still have 12 cases in the hospital right now that for the doctor that they will take care all of them. Yes. And um, we actually that we start lockdown on first appeal to 3rd May 2020. Uh, we actually that before that we have lockdown measure, and
Mm-hmm.
the Ministry of in Education and Sport, they close the school and or education institute before lockdown measure will issue from the government, because we don't want the the student that they will get the effect from the COVID-19 virus, because and
Mm.
then the country might be very serious if the situation like that. Yes.
Saitong, you say that there are still 12 cases. I would like to know whether these 12 cases, is it in one city or it's in different provinces in Laos, the remaining cases?
Yeah, they are in different province, but the main people is get effect from the coronavirus is based in Vientiane capital.
Yes. So are they all in the hospital in Vientiane, or you have other hospitals outside Vientiane treating these COVID-19 patients?
We have for example that someone from the
Mm.
Luang Prabang province, right, is the one
Mm.
province in Laos. They have
Mm-hmm.
they have to treatment by the hospital in Luang Prabang province. We have hospital there, so they no need to move everyone to the central Vientiane capital.
I see. I see. I see. All right. All
Yes,
right. Right. And you said something about the lockdown was since the 1st of April and
yes,
until the 3rd of May. It's slightly more than a month. And you also said that the schools were closed before this lockdown,
yes,
right? Yeah. So how
yes.
long was the school closed before the 1st of April? Was it very long already, or it just right
Uh,
before?
yes. The school is starts from March. It's like
Oh,
a
I see.
month ago. Yes, and
Okay.
yes, and then for the school that we have the different level, like a kindergarten and secondary school, and then the college and the education institute. So for our government that we start host the school from the kinder school,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
they are very young, and it's they cannot take care themselves.
I see. I see. Now,
So we save them first.
I see. I see. Now that we are quite close to early of May, the 3rd of May, right? Do you think
Yes.
that your government is likely to extend further, or you think that it's going to be open again soon?
According to the report from our government,
Mm.
we have no case about no new case about
Mm-hmm.
15 day ago. So that means everyone in Laos right now that we thought that the situation is under control.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, so because of that, so the lockdown is maybe happen it will be expired on May 3rd.
I see. I see.
Yes.
Right. So,
And then
yeah, go
yes,
ahead. Go ahead.
yeah, and then they just have the meeting on yesterday that say if we will open open the uh, if we if the lockdown measure is expired, right? So right now that our government is talking about the six restriction that to stop it. We they will allow the organize an office to open, and the government staff come to work to the office like a usual. And the second thing that they will permit the people to go out and travel, but within in their province only.
Mm.
They will not allow to go another province.
Mm.
And then they will allow to set up the training is about more than 15 people. Uh, During the lockdown that we cannot have the people meeting not more than 10 people. So after the lockdown that in the uh, first period, they will we will test first what is will going on about the situation about the coronavirus in Laos to see.
Mm.
And the first one that we will open everyone can go out and play sport outdoor, no need to play
Mm.
sport in their home. It's too boring because they didn't meet the people and they didn't meet the friends. Yes, and then they will permit the factory and major development project to start
Mm.
resume their operation and
Mm.
allow the uh, kindergarten, primary, and secondary school to reopen. For the education, we saw that they might open on May 11. It's not
May
if
11.
nothing change. Yes, if
All
nothing
right.
change. Yes.
Mm.
These are six topics that we are waiting for the government confirm that what is the plan and the policy and the measure to control the six matter that they are discussion yesterday.
I see. I see.
Yes.
Right. So what do you see is the impact on the businesses in Laos so far? Is it very badly affected by the COVID-19 coronavirus?
Can you repeat again because
So
it's not
yeah. So
I didn't
what do
hear
you
you well.
yeah what do you see the impact on the business, the businesses in your country?
I think that I have the problem with internet.
No, I think Dr. Tay, you got to come forward a little bit because I think it's because of the. Okay, can you ask again the question?
Sure, sure. What do you see the
Okay,
on
now it's
the
better.
okay? What do you see on the impact on the business in your country?
Yes. Um, I see a lot of business that they close because of the
Mm,
lockdown measure, and
mm,
some business that they get a effect like they cannot open and they have no income, and
mm,
then their staff is unemployment. But some business that they like how to say they get the highest income. For example, the telecom
Mm,
company. Yes, everyone have to work from home and we use internet. Yeah, but the problem is that we can see the impact like the 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 transportation company, restaurant,
mm,
hotel, um,
mm,
tourism business, something like this. Right now that they face a lot of problem and the factory also closed, so the labor that they have no job right now, and
yeah,
they have to think about like how to support them to have the money, like because especially the factory, right, they are
mm,
like a worker and they have the um, they have the limited income, they have to
mm,
pay month by month, and but the situation like this, and they cannot I heard that some company that they not pay the salary, but
mm,
our government is um, pending consideration about this matter, and how like they will issue and the notification instruction for the employer how to handle the case, because according to the law, and
mm,
we didn't have like a specific article to talk about the when we have the virus or the new
mm,
situation like this. So it is very difficult to the employer how to implement, because for my opinion that I understand that about the employer and employee, right, because their business is closed, so how they have the money to pay to the employee, but it's not forced for the employee as well. So the employer should take care, but no need to pay feel full of the salary of them. According to the law that
mm,
if the business that they suspension, and then that means that they have to pay 50% of salary per month
mm,
to the employee. But this article is not like specific the situation, like the new situation
mm,
like a
mm.
coronavirus in Laos.
yeah.
Yeah. So
You're
right
saying
now
that
that
what? what situation that can allow the company to pay only 50%? What situation was it?
Yeah, the situation is that they have they are
Mm-hmm.
suspension or temporarily stop their business, and or
Mm-hmm.
the company they lack of income. It's not it's
Mm-hmm.
not this it's not this situation, but maybe they don't have well the management of their business. Yes, and the business is not apply for now people, and then they didn't have the income or profit, and
Mm.
then if they would like to have the temporary stop operation their business, so this article is applied to this situation,
So this
the employer. Yes.
this article applies to a situation when the company has to suspend the operation. Maybe they are not able to pay, uh, so they are only paying. They are allowed to pay 50%. Is that what you are saying?
Yes, but in this situation, because of coronavirus, it's not the fault from
Mm-hmm.
the employer or employee, so we have to wait uh, the the new regulation or instruction from the government, what we will follow. Yes.
I see. I see. So, what are the laws in Laos when, let's say, a company they are not able to pay the employees already, but and they say that I want to retrench the staff. I don't want you to work in the company anymore. Is there a procedure for retrenchment?
You mean the company doesn't want the employee to work with them anymore because
Yes,
of the
correct. Mm.
situation of what that we don't know, right? You mean the general issue?
Yes, correct, correct.
Yes, that
So,
one that we will. Yes, yes, that's one that we will regulate in the law or labor in Laos.
mhm.
If you need the employee, you would like to cancel the employment contract, right, by the employer. So the employer have to pay the
Mm-hmm.
severance payment to the employee.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yes. Okay.
yes, for the uh, pay the compensation or severance payment to the employee, there are two case difference, 10% of and 15% of the last day's salary of the employee or wage. Yes.
I see. I see. All right. I would like to move on to the next question on the rental on the business premises, because during lockdown you are not able to operate businesses, right? So the business cannot open and there's no income to the businesses. Now, when there's no income, whether the company still have to pay rental to their landlords.
Yes. Uh, for this situation is based on the agreement between the landlord
Mm.
uh, and the
Tenant.
renter. Yes,
Yes.
that's when. And some landlord that they like some landlord that they not get the rental pay
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
for, yes, about 1 month 2 month, but depend on the landlord.
I
So
see.
we didn't have a mandatory the regulation that say the landlord should not correct the rental.
Mm.
Yes.
So during this coronavirus situation, can the tenant say, I don't want to pay anymore because I don't have money? If they don't pay, what will happen to, does the landlord have the right to say, please go out from the property?
I think that this one that depend on the
Mm.
contract that we have that they
Mm-hmm.
have Because when you sign the contract, that means you accept or article or obligation that you will have. And if like I think this matter is depend on negotiation, because we didn't have the specific article that say if during the new situation like a coronavirus right now, that what is the right for landlord and what is the right for the tenants. We
Now,
have to compare. Yeah.
yeah, kind of this negotiation seems to be the case that has happening in Laos and also in Malaysia as well. So, what's your view about this rental situation that is going on, and if you are in that shoe, then how should the party, in your view, should go and negotiate because they can't operate business due to a COVID-19 situation?
Actually, this is interesting because we have a F&B business. We have F&B businesses. We have two kinds of F&B businesses. We have a yogurt shop, so we sell healthy yogurt, right?
Yes.
And we also have a chain of restaurant selling local Malaysian food. Okay, so I give you the example of the yogurt business that we have. We actually, before the pandemic outbreak hit Malaysia,
Yes.
we were actually in negotiation with 10 different landlords to open 10 outlets this year. All right, 10
Yes.
outlets of the yogurt shop. Okay, three of them were in the final stages of negotiation, which means
Yes.
we are almost going to sign the tenancy agreement already with the landlords. And the
Yes.
interesting part is that there are some of these shops that are in the shopping complexes. There are some who are outside, who are in the standalone shop lots and all that. All right. So the treatment is pretty much the same now, because because we can't proceed to open those shops.
Yeah.
We spoke to the landowners, we spoke to the shop owners, and we told them
Yes.
that uh, those that we haven't signed, we will just leave it aside, because it is still under negotiation. We will just leave it aside. It's not
Yes.
likely going to happen this year. All right.
Yes.
But those that we are almost signing, because the terms are almost there already, uh,
Yes.
we actually renegotiate with them in terms of the rental. So we told
Yes.
them that even after this period where lockdown is lifted, uh, we will still go in, but it will be at a much lesser pace already. We can't go in so fast already, right? Things
Yes.
have to slow down, because we predicted that this whole situation, even after the lockdown is lifted, we predicted that this situation won't end anytime soon. The virus is still around. We have to adjust our business according to the market situation, and we expect business to be affected very badly.
Yes.
So the negotiation with the landlord is very real. We even had one landlord who is in a big shopping complex, and their terms are very, very one-sided to us. And now we basically tell them we are not interested, and they are coming to us, and they say, hey, please come in now. you know they want us to proceed. So the
Yeah.
tide has changed
The table has
from
been turned now.
yes, yes. So this is very interesting, because when they negotiated with us, they say this is our term, take it or leave it. All right.
Yeah.
So now
Yes.
we are telling them that, well, we are not interested anymore. But now they are short of begging us. They are saying that, hey, please come in now, because we need our tenants to be around. So it is a difficult situation, but we will try to manage that. Uh, but we are expecting things to slow down a lot, at least until the end of this year.
I see, I see. All right, so
Yes.
I think for this moment, we just acknowledge the friends and viewers online There are a few who put up some comments. I think those who are watching us now, please feel free to put up in the comments so that the speakers are aware that you're actually watching them and supporting them. We have Dato Rikitan, they say hello, Saithong. We
Hello.
have hi. We have Vanessa Go to say hello, morning,
Yes.
Saitong, and we have Ku Ching Mei who say hello with a hand clap. Okay, so I think other who are watching now, feel free. And if you have any questions about this session, please feel free to put it at the comment section. Then I will try to pick it up for the speakers to share their view on this. All right. Moving on to another issue that I would like to discuss is that uh, whether in the Laos uh, 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 has the Laos government enacted any COVID-19 law to address this issue. After this situation came out, whether the government has enacted a new law, and if there is, then what is the structure, what is the impact, and also the implication of any law in Laos at this moment. Saitong?
Yes. This is very good question, I think.
Mhm.
Like actually that we didn't have like a plan to establish the law concerning
Mhm.
this virus, but for sure like we learn a lot of experience and knowledge for this case in Laos. And I think in the future they might think about I think this time is might be guideline for another case will be happen in the future too, because in now that we are establishing the national committee to task force just focus on this matter. So this committee that they issue the appropriate regulation case by case
Mhm.
and situation in Laos. So I, like we didn't have some we didn't have report or news like for our government that we will establish the law specific the coronavirus. But during this time that we have the committee specific to handle the case specifically, and they will issue the regulation concern the coronavirus. Yes.
Mhm.
Maybe in
All
the
right.
future they will correct all regulation that they have now and will come up with the law like
I see.
yes.
So at this moment, don't have yet. All right, all right. So what do you think currently is the future for the legal industry for the Laos lawyers? So are you working from home now? The background looks is from the home, right?
Yes, yes, I'm working from home because
So
of
so
lockdown measure.
yeah, I think we are also working from home. All of us
Yeah.
are working from
Yes,
home. So
yeah.
with this lockdown, with this coronavirus pandemic, what do you think is the future of the legal industry?
uh I think that for the legal industry that we didn't have like we didn't get effect too much because we
Mm,
can work from home. We have the high technology to communicate each other and to discuss and like to meeting, right? uh, we have to think about how to support the government to make a clear regulation to
mm,
prevention the situation like this will be in the future. For the for the legal industry, I think that we have to have the law and regulation is very clear about the situation like especially the employment contract
mm,
for the labor and the business that who got a effect from the coronavirus situation, especially the transportation like a airline that they cannot they don't have the income anymore, so their staff is now cannot working. And including the restaurant and tourism business. So I would like to suggest the government to have the clear regulation how to solve the problem concern about the new situation like this.
Mm.
Yes.
Mm. So, as lawyers, throughout this lockdown period, you are saying that the lawyers in Laos are able to all work from home with not much of impact.
Yeah, but for
Mm.
I forgot one thing like to
Mm.
share for the
Mm.
litigation matter.
Yeah.
The everything is postponed regarding the lockdown measure. So the lawyer who handle the case for the litigation right now, that means they have the long holiday.
Ah,
Because of the court or the prosecutor office that they postpone the case hearing after the lockdown because they don't want to like many people come to the court and meeting each other, and it might be effect like to the it seems that you not follow the prime minister order.
I see. I see. So, there's a question: is the court still operating? The court in Laos?
The cost in law that we they have they like example that they have 50 people, and then they will reduce the people to working, but they don't have the case for the cost hearing.
Mm.
They postpone after the lockdown yes periods, and then they will start to organize the cost hearing again. So the law for the legal industrial, if the company that they focus on the litigation matter, yes, they got the effect. But for our office, like we handle the case like corporate and commercial, IP matter, and also the litigation. So if one department that we cannot work, but we can work for another department like a corporate and commercial and the IP matter. Yes.
I see. I see. There is another question. How about criminal cases? When you say that the courts are not open, but when the criminal cases, the accused person is being arrested by the police. So, how is the court proceeding for criminal cases still going on?
Um, I would say no, because
Okay.
because like if the person arrested in the like they keep in the detention center, that
Yeah.
means they should stay there until
No,
the lockdown. Yeah,
I
because
see. I see.
we cannot communicate with like the judge, the prosecutor, but we can communicate with the police. But the every police officer not come to the office, so they have to how to say reduce the number of the police officer. So
Mm.
if that means like if the time might be extension regarding the lockdown measure, like we cannot work like no more, and maybe uh, maybe the person who handle your case, right? You like they will work like a two day per week, something like this, and so you cannot communicate with them, and it might be a problem for the litigation matter, and the
I
court is not open for consider the case during lockdown periods.
I see. I see. Now, among lawyers, when you communicate, is video conferencing like what we are doing now? Is this something very common in Laos?
In law is not very common.
It's not very common. All
Yes,
right.
like yes, and we have a few lawyer also, like about almost 300 lawyer in Laos.
Three
So
hundred lawyers. Okay.
almost, but it's not like that exactly among. So it's not mean
Mm.
that everyone can speak English and can communicate with the high technology. Yes.
You are certainly one of them. Good and
Yeah.
able to converse well in English and can command the high technology. I think this is the advantage of having this capability and able to communicate. Because we were speaking to our friends from different parts of the world, especially those in Singapore, I think a few days ago, and also China yesterday. We were
Yes.
told that the court proceeding in those countries they already do online. So they're having cases, the case hearing online like this, doing video conferencing. That we know that they are doing in China and also in Singapore. In Malaysia, last week, I think there is a live that the court's
Mm.
hearing were done online as well. So I
Wow.
think so maybe this is something that you may suggest to the lawyers in Laos and also the prosecutor office and even the courts in Laos. Anything you would like to add from Kenneth's point of view about this using technology to improve the legal industry?
Um,
Yes.
I I think for lawyers in Malaysia, it is time for them to have a paradigm shift in terms of their mindset and work culture.
Yes.
Uh, you know the whole situation is very interesting because when we went under official lockdown, the government issue a guideline saying that there are certain industries that are considered to be essential. So you have banking, postal service, you have food and all that. Those are essential
Yes.
services, but legal services is not, right? So
Yes.
when legal services is not an essential service, it it actually affects lawyers. So a lot of lawyers, they are forced to stay at home and they are forced to work from home. All right, they
Yes.
can't meet their clients. They can't move on with whatever things that they are doing. Um, some are still quite okay because they use technology. They use video conferencing. They talk to their clients and all that. Um, but a lot of them are stuck. A lot of them are stuck. So I definitely feel that moving forward, um, we the lawyers in Malaysia has to actually have an open mindset about the new concept, the new norm, as in working from home. So,
Yes.
you just have to pick up that technology part, and do it. But it also means that some law firms will have problems because in Malaysia, some of you may be aware, about 80% of law firms are sole proprietors. So they are small firms, all right? So
Yes.
and there's a big group of lawyers who are quite senior.
Mm.
So for these people to pick up technology and all that, it is not so easy. Uh, so it will definitely affect them, and hopefully, the respective authorities, the bar council, the government can come up with some strategy to help these people because you are talking about 20 over thousand lawyers in the peninsula, and
Yes.
about 80% of them, maybe 60, 70% of them are going to be affected by this new
Yes.
change. So it is something that I think needs very serious consideration.
Right.
Yes. I
From yeah, Saitong, please continue.
Yes, I think that if this is the new rule that we will think about to work, if the situation like a lockdown and how to how the law firm and government and another business to work. I think this time it might be they will get the idea and they will see the if it happen in the future, and then I think that we will have online for apply the document or everything. Allow that we have some office that they can we can submit online, but it's like a very a organization is not for everyone. Yes, this is the big situation also. Like the big problem also, like it's maybe affect to the business that they work from home.
I see.
Yeah.
So during this coronavirus situation, what are the is there any action taken by the Lao Bar Association, the LBA, to help the lawyers if they are having difficulties during this period of time?
For this matter, I think that
Mm-hmm.
after lockdown, and then we will hold the meeting in Laos,
Mm-hmm.
and to discuss about the problem that we face when we are stay at home and work from home, and then
Mm-hmm.
we will and after that they will make a summary and report and discuss for the future. Yes.
Yes. Okay. All right. All right. So we have come to almost the end of this discussion. So I would like to invite Saitong again to perhaps give us a concluding remarks, a conclusion on what are your thoughts about this situation and whatever we have discussed today. Saitong.
Yes. Thank you very much for the audience and everyone here to come
Mm-hmm.
and see that our section is very nice. That I think that we learn a lot from each other, especially Malaysia, and that today that I have learned the new thing about the rental problem and how to solve that. Yes, and for the now is like is the lockdown is almost finished and everything is um, will come back soon. And by the way that they also have the pending case for the government to consider about the regulation or notification to handle the case. Yes, and especially for the business that they get the effect from the coronavirus pandemic. Uh, for example, restaurant, hotel, and transportation. Those
Mm-hmm.
business they it is very serious for the government how to support those type of business operator to come back like the same that they can operate in their business is very well so far, but because of the situation it make them like a non-profit and their business is closed. So this is also the pending case for the government to consider, and we are a lawyer and we have to support and give the opinion
Mm-hmm.
how to solve the problem and going on together and help each other. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Kenneth, Kenneth, any concluding remarks for today's session?
Yeah, I would like to share one point here. I think it is good that both the governments in Laos and also for to some extent the government in Malaysia, the things that we've been doing to actually control, put the pandemic under control. Malaysia is
Yes.
doing quite okay. We have managed to flatten the curve. Our cases has reduced every day. People have recovered. A lot of people have recovered. Our recovery rate is 67%. I think it's quite interesting. Um,
Yes.
but moving forward, I think the important thing is for these governments to look at the exit strategy. When we lift the lockdown, uh,
Yes.
we need to know how people are going to conduct themselves. So the exit
Yes.
strategy becomes very important.
Yes.
Um, I certainly hope the Malaysian government can come up with something to be shared with the business community, to be shared with the people here, because um, if you don't have a proper exit strategy, the issue is going to be around. You see, when the lockdown is lifted, the virus is still around. The virus is not going to say, "Hey, okay, since lockdown is lifted, I'm going away." No, it's
Yeah.
going to be there, right? So,
Yes.
so if we don't have a proper exit strategy at the government level, which then can be cascaded down to to the company levels, all right? Because companies have to change their SOPs in terms of working based
Yes.
on the exit strategy. So we are now waiting for guidelines from the government to do that. So we just have to bear in mind, I think, to the audience who is watching this, I think we all of us have to think about that, the exit strategy. How are we going to conduct ourselves moving forward? So before we go off, I would like to again thank Saithong for accepting our invitation. We started this COVID-19 law series with a very simple mind. We just want to have a few friends to join us and chit chat and all that. But it has now expanded to almost 20 over. If you look at our schedule, I think we have about 20, more than 20 sessions, and we have done about half already. So it's getting more interesting because we have friends from other countries joining us every day. So I hope we can do this again in the future because there's more for us to learn from each other. So thanks again, Saithong. Thank you very much. And you take
Thank you,
care and
Kenneth.
stay safe, okay? Yeah?
You too.
Okay. Thank you to Kenneth and thank you to Saithong. I think important thing is during this COVID-19 pandemic, the reason why we have this talk is because we're going to hear from our friends around the world, the lawyers, the legal practitioners, and also the experts in their respective field. Of course, I think during this the past two sessions that we have faced several difficulty in terms of technology, in terms of internet line. We are having here, but especially if it's raining in the evening as well. I think these are all very common, and we take all this very positively. Despite all this, I think the show still goes on. So I think for those watching with us in front of us, I think thank you so much for bearing with us. Sometimes I do get feedback on the background saying that whether the voice is too loud, too soft, the line is lagging and all this. We are fully aware of all this, but thank you so much for bearing with us. And this is, I think, a new initiative by the CALCC to put up and just to chat with our friends and understand the legal landscape from various countries. So thank you again, those who are following us. I think we have people who are following our series. I think this is about 9 or 10 sessions already. We're only halfway through. Like what Kenneth says, we have about 20 lined up. Today afternoon, we have our friends, I think 3 good friends from Indonesia, to share with us at 2 p.m. the Malaysian time, 2 p.m. Malaysian time on their situation in Indonesia. And I think for the next few days, we have our friends from Spain and also from Italy to join us. And you can check out our Facebook on the schedule of our talk. I think for now, I think that's for today's session with our friends from Laos. Thank you again, Saithong, for taking up this invitation. You have been very good and explaining the situation in Laos. And again, thanks, Kenneth, for being ever supportive of this initiative. All right, thank you so much, and everybody take care, and see you at 2 p.m. later for Indonesian section. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.